Alrighty, so we are back onto Black Ops 7, and as you guys saw, we finally unlocked the Shark Camo. If you guys aren't familiar with the weekly challenges, as you can see here, I've been completing every weekly challenge in order to unlock the certain rewards, and as you guys can see down there in the bottom right, once you complete 5, you wind up getting the Feeding Time Shark Camo. Alongside of that, we also got an AK-27 like weapon conversion kit, which we wound up using in that intro as well. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit, but in the next 4 weeks, we wound up getting this Coral Streaks camo as well, which is super cool. I love the animation and the colors on that, so we're still going to be going for that, and just going forward with every weekly event and every event in general, I'm going to be trying to get those challenges done as well. In terms of what we're going to be using today, I finally got arc light on all of my assault rifles, so now we're going to be moving on to the SMGs. I'll probably get one headshot in the entire video, but that's the goal right now, is we're just getting headshots with SMGs and just talking a little bit about Call of Duty, some of the things coming out and some of the stuff that I've unlocked along the way. And as always, thank you guys so much for all the support on both my Call of Duty content, my live streams, and all my like random playthroughs of variety games. I should be streaming Portal 2 tonight when you guys are watching this, so ideally if you see this video, I'll probably be streaming Portal anywhere from an hour to 2 hours after. If you guys happen to miss that stream but still want to watch it, they're always uploaded onto the live section of my channel or in the playlist. I already played Portal 1, and Portal 2 is one of my favorite games ever, so I'll be enjoying that a ton tonight. But without further ado, let's just hop into some TDM or some kill confirmed and see what we can get going. Alrighty, we actually started at the beginning of a game, which I feel like is so rare. Every time I join a game, I'm always like midway through for whatever reason, but here we are. So yeah, talking a little bit about the weekly challenge. Oh, and I just got 1,000 headshot calling card. Okay, cool. I could have sworn I already got 1,000 headshots, but I guess not. Cool, nice. Yeah, talking a little bit about some of the weekly challenges and specifically what we unlocked this week. That new camo was definitely like a weird timing because they just got done doing like a whole holiday winter event. And then they dropped like this summer themed shark camo, which I love the camo. I think it's really cool. It definitely reminds me of like that Modern Warfare 3 camo style where slight movement with some textures, but it was very colorful, very on theme. I love those. Hopefully we get similar camos to that. A lot of reactive and animated ones. Hopefully, I think those are really sick. But it was just a weird timing because they did a holiday event and then they went straight into like summertime shark mode. But I'm sure that was probably just either planned from the beginning or they just, you know, grabbed a random camo and said that's going to be the one for the week and we're going to run it like that. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was actually the AK. So that conversion kit basically turns it into like a marksman rifle, kind of like a really slow full auto marksman rifle. But the weirdest thing about it is on paper, I didn't think it was going to be that good. And then when I used it in the firing range, it was kind of bad. Like it had a ton of recoil. It killed relatively fast, but it just kicked so much. And I was wondering what the issue with that was. Like what was the point of having it kick that much? And then I realized I was using the weapon wrong. As you guys saw in that little montage in the beginning, I think I dropped like 35 or 33 kills, something like that. But I finally figured out how to actually play with the weapon, and it seems like, and granted, this might have been written in the description and I completely overlooked it because I don't read, but it seemed like the best way to use that gun was to almost treat it like a burst rifle. Instead of just laying on the trigger and trying to control the recoil, it was best to shoot like 3, 4, maybe 5 bullets, hopefully get your kill, and then the recoil reset really fast. It was only when you laid on the trigger that I found that it kicked quite a bit. So basically it rewards you for having really good accuracy and being able to finish your kills quickly. Once I figured that out, I started playing a little bit further away. I stopped trying to push so much and kind of just sat on headies and waited for more players to push into me, trying to do more of those medium to long range fights. And I found out that it worked pretty well. Now granted, close range I was getting absolutely fried, but for the most part when I was getting into gunfights that favored me, I was melting them. So it's not the goofiest one. Like the ones that I really like are the ones in Modern Warfare 3 that were completely random attachments that really served no purpose. Things like the underbarrel chainsaw and the underbarrel flamethrower are always like my favorite. Like they were so goofy. They did absolutely nothing for the weapon, but it was just fun to make a video on. I really hope they bring back some of the wacky ones in this game. I know we're not too deep into like the seasons or the weekly challenges, but it would be cool to see something silly like that come back just because they're a ton of fun to use even if they're pretty bad. But other than that, that kind of sums up the weekly challenges and the rewards that you get for those challenges. I know coming out tomorrow on Thursday, we wind up getting the Season 1 Reloaded as well as a free Fallout event. Obviously, this is just like the events we've seen in the past where it is technically free, but you wind up getting a paid version of the like battle pass to unlock exclusive items as well if you do decide to opt into that. I usually don't opt into those, but because it is Fallout and I have been enjoying Black Ops 7 a ton, we'll see. But again, I don't know if the power armor is worth it, but again, we'll have to see. Also, if you guys have noticed, my streaks are a little bit wonky. I'm running some pretty low streaks. I'm going to get all of the gold and diamond medals for the streaks, and part of that is just, you know, using them a ton and getting either 100 kills or 100 marks and then the kill. So I've kind of just been running from the lowest streaks all the way up to the highest and just giving it a run. I'm doing the same thing in zombies as well, where I'm trying to get all of the medals for the lethals and the tacticals and the field upgrades. Same thing for multiplayer as well. It's just that one comes a little bit harder because, you know, they're running around and sprinting. They're not just zombies. Like I said at the start of the game, I am pretty adamant on trying to 100% the game as best as I can, and those medals are definitely a part of that. So hopefully we can get that done relatively quick. Once I get through a lot of the weapon grinding for the camos, I feel like all that should come together relatively fast. Like I mentioned earlier, there is a Fallout event slated to come out Thursday with the update. I'm pretty sure it's based more on the TV show and less the game series. Either way though, I think it's going to be a blast. I love the Fallout property in general, so I'm super excited to actually grind through that battle pass and get some of those rewards. I did debate on doing like a whole little video of like a season 1.5 reloaded review and kind of, you know, taking a look at all the blog posts and stuff, but I think I'm just going to do that on my own time. I've done it a few times before for things like zombies and multiplayer updates, but I just don't think it's really that entertaining to sit here and listen to me yap about text on the screen. I don't know, maybe it is, but either way, I won't be doing that for this update. But who knows? If you guys really want that, let me know in the comments, and I can kind of, you know, do that on stream and kind of chat to you guys about it every time that they do a major update for the season, or I might just record a video, we'll see, but you guys will have to let me know on that. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for me. I'm going to try to just get some headshots here and finish out the game. Luckily, because this gun has had quite a bit of recoil and people are making me flinch a lot, I start the gunfight around their torso, and I usually end up getting the last bullet on the headshot, so it's been working out pretty well. Didn't do too great there. I went 27-9, but the 3 KD, we'll take it, you know, just yapping and going for headshots, no problem at all. Yeah, other than that, that is going to do it for me. Like I said, we got a ton of content coming out here shortly with Call of Duty, but I just kind of wanted to make a video going over the camo, going over the challenges, some of my thoughts on the events coming out. I plan on doing this for pretty much every weekly event that has like a big reward. I know I skipped out on some of them like in the past for this weekly event because I think that they have dropped 5 rewards now, but I did talk about things like the sniper drone, which by the way, isn't that bad once you get some of the upgrades for it. I think once you get it to like max level, it is pretty decent with some of those overclocks, but it's still, if they're moving, like you're gonna miss the shot. It's not great, but I did get a gold badge already, so it's not too bad. I can attest it's not as bad as I thought it was in the video, but things like that I'll probably talk about, you know, as these weekly challenges come out and as these events come out. But other than that, we're going to have to wait for the Fallout event on Thursday. I know that there is a ton of content coming out with that, including things from multiplayer, endgame, warzone, and even zombies. I think for the first time ever, we're actually getting a new enemy in zombies that's specific to an IP. I believe it's the Deathclaw. So stuff like that is super sick. We're definitely going to give some of the multiplayer LTMs a try, as well as the new survival map for zombies. I missed a second map getting the like pre-directed mode skin, so I'm sorry. I can't believe I keep messing this up, but I just haven't had enough time to actually sit down and grind the map and do the Easter egg. Hopefully for the next zombies map I'll be able to, but until then I'll just have to get the regular skin as well as the directed skin and the base calling cards. Like I said, ton of content coming out on Thursday. I can't wait to play it and kind of show you guys what's in store. Other than that, thank you guys so much for all the support, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.